Now, I want to speak to someone out there who is already married, and also I'm speaking to those who are intending to go into marriage. The things I'm about to share with you now are the things that I've gathered by experience for about 14 years now, as a priest and as a husband. Now, I need to tell you the truth that many marriages today are suffering not because God is not listening or that God does not answer prayers anymore, but because most couples are not acting. Yes, prayer is very powerful, but as powerful as prayer is, any marriage, I must tell you, any marriage that is built only on prayers and no effort is like a house without a wall, and it's not going to stand. That's the truth. And that's why I want to take you through this teaching that I titled, Why Prayer Alone Won't Save Your Marriage. Now, I want to show you what you must do next. Now, have you heard it from the Bible in the book of James chapter 2 in verse 17? It says that faith without works is dead. Now, I want to also add here that prayers without works is also dead. Do you know that most of the things you pray for God to come in and change in your marriage, that God also is waiting for you to take steps and act by wisdom, and so that it will be fixed? Now, let's be honest here. Too many couples are hiding their dysfunctions under the disguise of spirituality. I must tell you this. They pray every night. They fast every weekend. They go to church every Sunday. Yet, they will never say something like, I am sorry to each other. Now tell me, where does that problem come from? Is it because God does not answer prayers? Or is it because you refuse to grow? You hear couples, they will never listen to understand. They will never communicate with patience. And they go on expecting God to fix what they are still breaking with their own hands by their attitude and their inactions. They are expecting God to come in and fix them when they are still breaking down everything by their actions and by their attitudes. My dear, can I tell you, God honors marriage. Yes, but God also expects you to honor your spouse. God is waiting to help you, but God is also expecting you to help yourself by taking some steps, by making some moves, taking actions. Marriage, hear me, requires more than spiritual covering. It requires daily intentional work. You have to be intentional about your marriage. Do you know that, for example, your husband maybe always like touching you, but whenever he wants to touch you, you begin to blast in tongues and begin to pray. You go into spirit and begin to fire prayers. Hear me? One day you might be on that mountain. By the time you return back from that same mountain, you will be surprised you have lost your marriage. Be intentional about your marriage. Communication, your marriage requires communication that goes beyond shouting and silence. Compromise that doesn't feel like defeat, but teamwork. Marriage requires more than prayers. Your marriage requires consistency in love, even when emotions are low. And I must tell you this before I conclude. Prayer opens the floor, but hear me, your choices are what keeps the peace inside the home. Be intentional about your marriage. Be conscious of the things you do and the things you do not do in your marriage. Don't hand over everything to God. Most of the things you pray in prayer, God is also praying for you in heaven. God is praying for you to open your eyes, take some step, and then things will begin to work for you. And you are there, you shut your eyes, cross your legs, akimbo, and you are praying to God about everything. Don't just pray for your spouse. Hear me now. Learn your spouse. Don't just pray for peace. Practice peace in your home. And of course, don't just keep praying for God to come down and change your spouse. Now, while praying and waiting for God to arrive and change your spouse for you, begin to take note of the things your spouse likes or the things your spouse don't like. And then take note of them and begin to make some necessary adjustments while waiting for God to arrive and do the miracle for you. Yes, keep praying. Yes, I'm not saying you shouldn't pray. Keep praying, but also keep growing. So, my dear, a marriage that thrives is the one where faith and effort work like hands in gloves. So there, couples, hear me now. Ask yourself this question today. What has God already answered that you haven't acted on? What are those things? God has supplied them as unanswered prayers, but you are yet to act on them. Put them on the comment section, and then we can prayerfully also help you and also counsel you, direct you the wise way to go about it. Remember, this is the BlissHills Relationship and Marital Hub, helping you build marriages that are not only prayerful, but powerful, purposeful, and peaceful. The Lord bless you for joining us today. Remember, don't forget, this is from experience, what I've taken time to learn over time. Don't let anybody fool you. Don't let anybody deceive you. God is expecting you to do. It's not everything God must do for you. There are things you do to help yourself. Remember, prayer, just like faith without works, would be like you use prayer. You can use prayer and lay the foundation of your marriage. But the truth is this: just like after laying the foundation for your building, don't you build up? The same is applicable here. After laying the foundation in your marriage, you need to build up. You need to develop yourself. Many of us prayed and God gave us wives. Many of us prayed and God gave us husbands. But what are you now doing with your husband? What are you now doing with your wife? Rather than apply wisdom, use wisdom, foolishness has taken over. You pray over everything, refusing to develop yourself over so many things. Remember, don't let that prayer God has already answered to become something else in your hands. And it will look as if God is not the one that supplied it to you. No, God supplied it to you, but foolishness has taken it out of your hands. I pray that the wisdom of God will work in your life from now henceforth. Now, thank you once again for joining us, and I will see you again in our next video. Goodbye.